Hello, friends. Welcome. After keeping chicken in my backyard for a little while, I started to have this mouse problem because the chicken food that's left on the ground attracts the mouse, and so they come around. I had to do something about it, so I went to the hardware shop and to buy this spring action mouse trap. Unfortunately, it doesn't work at all. It's either the peanut butter I put it there and it's got eaten without triggering the trigger, or the trigger is triggered but it didn't catch anything or didn't do any damage. So I had to look elsewhere. So I came to YouTube and had a look of the DIY mousetrap design. I saw the like a seesaw design. I also see this one-way door design or the like, rotating pipe design. But they seems to me that while they're working well, but they seems to me that it's a little bit overcomplicated, unnecessarily complicated. What I was looking for is really something easy to put together and works. That's all I wanted. So and then I decided to have a look at what I've got in my backyard, and I came up with a piece of pipe and a large bucket. And if I put the pipe across on top of the bucket, it will be like this, like a balance beam. So like a little girl will have no problem standing on top of it. So the mouse also will have no problem crossing the pipe without falling off. Given its really low gravity, basically just crawling on top of the pipe, so it would have a very sort of stable footing. However, if we introduce another variable in the equation, that's by putting the bait there, and that would make things a lot more complicated because instead of focusing on crossing the pipe, now it has to focus on doing two things at one time. It would then become similar as give this girl a sandwich and ask her to eat it on the balance beam. That would certainly become a lot harder because you got to focus on two things at one time. That is keeping the balance, which is quite a difficult job to do, and eating the bait at the same time. So as long as the mouse come for the bait, sooner or later it will fall off the pipe into the water underneath. So the first victim of my lazy man's mousetrap is actually a bird, an unintended victim, because I left this bucket outdoor initially and hoping to catch the mouse outside, and somehow a bird came for the bait and fell into the water and drowned itself. So next day I removed the bucket and put it under my deck. So what you do is you use a rubber band to hold a piece of bread to the far end of the pipe, and you provide access for the mouse to come up to the pipe. So this lazy man mouse trap caught a mouse every night for 3 nights in a row until the fourth night. And guess what happened on the fourth night? The bait was taken, but the mouse didn't fall into the bucket. So I tend to think that the mouse, they're actually pretty smart and resilient. They actually learn from their experience. And they also learn from others' mistakes as well. So the next thing I'll do then is to make it more easier to fall by rubbing some oils around the bait. So I just use a towel to wipe clean and put a little bit oil on just before the bait. So when the mouse comes, it will be more difficult to keep the balance because the oil make it more slippery. So there you have. Here's the theory behind the design, and I hope it will work for you as well. And if you use this design for your application, you're more than welcome to come back and tell me what happened if it works for you. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Until then, goodbye and take care.